trials and hard times that build and make you stronger through Christ. When storms come and winds blow against the trees, it loosens the dirt around the base of the tree, which allows the roots to grow deeper and makes the tree stronger. God does the same thing through every Christian. Perseverance then creates a warrior. Noah Webster's 1828 dictionary defines perseverance as persistence in anything undertaken, continued pursuit or prosecution of any business or enterprise begun, applied alike to good or evil. Perseverance is a trait that must be cultivated by all Christians, because when you're able to do that, it changes your life. Giving up should never be an option, and radical changes are possible with a persevering spirit. What is perseverance? It is telling yourself that you will not give up, and will overcome what you are going through to pursue what God has for your life. The Bible says in James 1:12 that you will be blessed through perseverance. It reads, "Blessed is the man who perseveres under trial, because thanks to the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised those who love him." The question is, are you going to choose the world or choose life? Because choosing the world will only make you more depressed, and you have more of a chance of going to hell for eternity. The reality is, when times are good, you may unintentionally turn your back on him because you start to believe you're able to handle things alone. What happens once you realize you didn't actually have it all figured out, and you forget God is there? You often enter into that depression, feeling alone and starting to have anxiety. The Bible says 365 times to not be anxious. Knowing this, you shouldn't get distracted, but you do. The enemy is a distraction. That's what causes all these ungodly feelings you have. Anxiety is the ultimate goal of the enemy. He knows if you suffer from anxiety, that is essentially dividing you from the Father. God is the Father of peace. But without peace, and with depression, it all leads to anxiety. No matter what, you cannot let yourself become anxious, and you can do so by asking him to surround yourself with his abundance. Once you allow it into your soul, the devil has already won due to the obsession of your thoughts, capturing your mind and giving you worry beyond comprehension. But turning to God breaks those chains of bondage. The fact is that perseverance does change your life, and I have a miracle to prove it. My father was sentenced to 2 years in a federal prison for something he was never involved in. By the grace of God, it was reduced to 16 months, and he was released in 8. They told him that if he played their game, he would go home. But if he didn't, and if he exposed the evidence he had, he would sit in his cell for 5 to 10 years. He ended up going anyway, which shows the corruption. I sat crying out to God. Deep down, I knew God had a plan, but it didn't ease my pain. After months, when I finally heard his voice on the phone, I broke down because of the way he spoke. He was confident and not depressed, and joyful in telling us how the enemy was being destroyed with the words God put on his heart to say. My miracle-working God brought me out of the pits of darkness and made me whole again. 8 months go by, my dad gets out of prison, and in just a few days is diagnosed with throat cancer. The doctors were advising to have radiation treatments that would cause lifelong major difficulties. Prayers filled my household for a couple days, and my father decided that God didn't want him to receive radiation or any consequences. Then we received news that the cancer became stronger. The doctor urgently told my dad he needed surgery to remove 52 or more lymph nodes from the side of his neck, but God was still working. In the next few months, my dad made a full recovery and is now over a year free from cancer. I don't say all this for myself. I say this because I know persevering, even when you want to give up, is possible. I have godly miracles to tell you. My family and I are a testimony of God's faithfulness as a result of our perseverance. In conclusion, once you cultivate perseverance and it changes your life, you'll never let anything stand in the way of your relationship with God. Problems help you develop perseverance, and perseverance will build your faith, and it will make you stronger. Once you cultivate perseverance, once you reach his arms because you persevered through the attempts of the enemy to get you off track, the devil's schemes are destroyed. Max Lucado wrote, "You'll get through this. It won't be painless, it won't be quick, but God will use this mess for good." Thank you.